Greetings. We are on October 25, 2024 in GPMS Uganda representative meeting. Yes, so Rick and Wandera is here. Wandera from Uganda, Rick is right now still living in Romania for the exchange that is coming. Yes.
Yeah,
So yes,
indeed.
Rick.
I wanted to take this opportunity to find out more about Wandera to share with us on this recorded meeting and also to clear up some things, if you will, so we can progress and move things forward, especially in Uganda. So, if you will oblige us, Brother Wandera, can you just say what you do? It's our understanding you have an orphanage, and what is your current circumstance? How many children are you a director, caretaker of? And can you give us a little bit about yourself, please?
All right, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Brother Rick. I'm very honored to be part of this meeting, and I want to extend my gratitude to dear Sister Beatrice, and appreciate you for all that you're doing. And to our dear viewers and everyone out there, my name is Wandera Reagan, and I'm from Uganda, Africa. And I'm the GPMS ambassador or GPMS representative for Uganda as a country, but as well assisting Africa and country and worldwide where need be. I'm a parliamentary in Uganda and I run an organization. It is an entire organization. However, it has a section of an orphanage within it, but we don't basically only cater as an orphanage. So it is an organization as an entire organization, but as well, it is having an orphanage within it. So I run an orphanage, as most of the people may know, which is called God is Grace Charity Organization Uganda. It is a fully registered organization and caring for 60 children apparently as per date. So I'm the director and I'm one of the founders of this charity organization of these beautiful children that we take care of, and elder as well that we extend the support to. So that is a little brief that I can introduce about myself. I'm a GPMS ambassador, GPMS.world, and as well a director of a registered charity organization called God is Grace Charity Organization Uganda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother Wonder. Brother Wonder, is there any way you can put the light there so that we can see your face a lot better? It's just like it's all blanked out. You can see yourself in the video. We can't see you very
Anyway,
good.
let me try to see how I can as well find maybe an extra light. Let me try to see that. Just a moment.
Yes, please, and thank you so much. Yes. Yes, so brothers in Uganda and internet problems. I don't know if their electric is um, on quota, if you will, shut off and on. I believe so too. So, hmm yeah. So we just give Brother Wanderer a moment here, so we can see him very more clearly. I believe everyone can see I. And beautiful Beatrice, we can see you well. There you are, brother. Thank you. Yes, that's much better.
Let me hope at least my face can be a bit thin. How is that?
That is much better. Thank you, brother. Yes, yes, good.
All
So
right.
if I,
Okay, thank you as well.
yeah, if I
Yeah,
may, if I
I am
understand,
sorry. Just a little bit, Rick. I am so sorry for this camera. It is not about me. Started from yesterday. It is about Zoom. And right now they do not allow me to be seen. It's not about me, just for everyone to know. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Beatrice. Yeah, you can just
Right.
just put your camera off if you wish, whatever you decide to do. It's beautiful. Thank you. So, Brother Wanderer, if I understand correctly, you are the director with under your immediate care 60 children. Now, is that's correct, is it?
Yes.
Yes. Now, these children, are they all orphans or do they have families or parents that you know of?
Okay. Not all the 60 children are totally orphans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have few. We have some of these 60 children. We have a number of these children that are totally don't have any parent on their side. Then we
Yes.
have a few numbers. Yes, a few numbers that lost their father, and they only have a mother whose mother is not apparently working and has no support.
Mm-hmm. Approximately how many out of the 60 children, approximately how many of them do not have either parent and are immediately under your care in the orphanage?
We have about 27. 27 that
Thank
have single mothers. 27 as per the registration within our book. We have 27.
you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Perfect. So then that leaves about 33 that have no parents that stay at the orphanage.
Yeah, we have but out of the 33 that we have four. We have four kids. These kids they have their parents. There are two parents out of the
Mm-hmm.
33. So out of
Mm-hmm.
the 33, we have four that actually have their parents, but we give them support from their home. We give them support from their home because the parents don't have that support to educate them, to take them to school. So the remaining 29 are the number that totals to these that don't have parents totally. So that is the
Thank
number
you.
that figures out to 60.
Thank you so much, brother. So it's been my understanding, and perhaps others, that you were renting the orphanage space where all of the
Yeah.
children and you stayed at. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've been renting and we are currently renting, but with time we are transferring to our own place, where within a few days, I should say, a few days to 1 week, we shall be fully
Perfect.
transferring ourselves to our home, our permanent home. We shall not be renting; it is our own land. We put on our own temporary buildings. Is where we have a hen project, which most of you might have seen in the photos. So we are
Hmm.
fully transferring ourselves to our own land that we purchased by the organization in the organization's names.
Hmm. So then, will it be 29 permanent children residents going to the orphanage on the new land that you have? Is that correct?
Yes, all of them actually are except the four that we support from their homes. Yeah, then
All right.
the rest will be with us permanently at the orphanage home. But these parents, like the women for the mothers
Mm-hmm.
for these kids, sometimes they come and pick their kids. The remaining one, the 29 that I talked about, the 27,
Yeah.
sorry, the 27 that I talked about, sometimes their parents come and pick their kids and they want to stay with them in their own home.
Yes.
Sometimes they bring them to the home fully to join these other 29 that permanently stay with us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So there is 29 permanent children
Yes.
that are at the new location that you are all moving to within a couple days or so.
Yeah.
A-
29, yeah, the 29 will be permanently there, but as well, the 27 are always with us as well. But sometimes, like for weekends, their mothers, they come and pick them, and they would want to stay with them at their premises. But we stay with them, all of them. They eat from the same our home. We pay for them school fees, all the utilizations, clothes. So they are responsible for the organization. So
Excellent.
sometimes we even receive support. For example, when their mothers have at least something they have attained, they bring that to the home. In case they have some money, they have gotten some food, some others actually some food from the garden, so they bring to the home, and that's how we've been living.
Great, excellent. So with this, your current status is that everything is fine with you now and the children. You have a permanent location, as you're saying, on your own land now, so you're all set up very good. There is no stress in that area right now with what you had before, correct?
Wandera is frozen, and my camera, it is the zoom that it's closing the camera, it's not me.
Yeah.
And I'm here, but they do not allow me to be seen. And right now, Wandera camera is closed.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. Wonder if we can still hear you, brother. I believe. Try it. Just give it a moment. You can still hear me, correct, Beatrice?
Yes, so right now somebody closed also my mute
No,
me.
there you are.
And
No,
right now I appear. This is not made by me.
no, we understand. It's fine. What I need to say is everything more or less has been glitching, more so worldwide, Telegram and uh, is- yeah, the social medias and what have you. So, Brother Wanderer, anytime that you come back, um, just please just interrupt so that we know you're here so you can speak, brother. So at any time, just as soon as your mic is working, just interrupt me and speak if you will. So is it working right now? Can you try it, Brother Wanderer? No, not yet. You may have to go out and come back in, perhaps. Try that, Wanderer, if you will. And while we're waiting, either if Wanderer's mic works or if he goes out and comes back in, what I wish to say, so Wanderer is a GPMS representative in Uganda, and he has set up an organization of, I believe, 76 affiliated orphanages and charities, if you will, and under the umbrella of Gpms.world. And I believe they represent relatively a figure of about 2,000, perhaps 200 um, directors and children overall, and it is growing. And what I need to also say is that there is at least two others, perhaps three other alliances of orphanages are at this time occurring simultaneously as well, and with great things. What I love to see in the future is all to come together in unity there in Uganda. And that is what Gpms.world is all about, is unity, everyone working together and in harmony. You see, Brother Wanderer, do you come back in?
No, he's not here and he was frozen. even that we saw unmute, but practically he was frozen there, not able to hear us. So
Yeah, we'll wait for a few more moments with this, and he should come back in. And so, having said this, with Uganda for Gpms.world, it's been one of the highlights in Africa. And at this time, we need to mention Nigeria. It is another highlight of Africa, which has consents rapidly coming in there, which is great. And their numbers rising as well within Gpms.world. So I'm very grateful to say that we have two significant African nations or countries that are moving forward with GPMS. And again, as well, it will be all of the Africa countries at some point. And I feel in the very near future will be coming into GPMS as well as the entire world. So we have initiated GPMS, have begun this, and indeed it's growing. We'd like to see it occur in the blink of an eye, but we have to have patience with this. It takes time. So
yeah, he was probably not able to reach us again.
yeah, we can wait for a little bit. See if he has sent any message, perhaps on Telegram, if you will.
Oh, he's here.
Ah, perfect. Beautiful. Yeah, so with Africa, we have this technical difficulties at times. And I know when we did one of the alliance meetings, and Beatrice, you hosted that, that there were many that lost their internet, dropped in and out, if you will. So this is a common thing in Uganda. And we got you back, brother. Please speak. And there he is.
Um, I'm back again, but I want to extend my apologies. My network is not perfect. I'm having issues with the network, so I just lost connection, and it has been hard for me to reconnect. But the good thing I'm here, and my apologies for that. Hopefully, with time we shall have the bandwidth for Uganda strong, so that we can never lose connection, because this has been a very big challenge. Moreover, here and there, and mostly when we are having these Zoom meetings. But hope all will be well, and one time we shall have very good connection.
Very soon,
Yes,
yes,
brother,
we will.
we're still having the conversation regarding the organization.
Yes, so what I spoke about just while you were trying to get back on is I shared with the public, if you will, that you had hit it up to get, I think, around 76 orphanages, charities together in an alliance under the umbrella of Gpms.world. Do you wish to share a little bit about that, what you have been doing with GPMS and forming the alliance and creating unity with your brothers and sisters there? And of course, with Gpms.world, bringing it all together. Do you wish just to share a little bit of what you have been doing there in Uganda?
All right, thank you so much. It is my pleasure to as well share this information, because sometimes I take it to be my responsibility for sharing such information, and I'm always glad when I'm asked such questions to share with the public. One, at first, I used to talk to different organizations about GPMS. But here I would connect one by one. So an idea chipped in that how I wish would form something which is an umbrella. And I remember this idea. We were speaking with Brother Rek one time, and you said that if it would be fine, and we have a strong unity that at least can help us, even us this side in the West, that we can have a unity of charity organizations together, where need be, and there is something maybe in case of a support, in case of cooperation, in case of uniting, in case of bringing yourselves together to empower ourselves, it would be something good. So when we're having the conversation with you, brother, I picked that idea and I said, look, now this issue of going one by one organization, speaking to them, why can't we form an umbrella where we can always pass information to unite and work together? The intention for forming this alliance, which is United Charity Alliance, it was based on 3 principles. The first principle was to empower ourselves, because sometimes we realize that as an organization, one organization has less power to even be able to speak out and to be heard. But a unity of different charity organizations, it is a bit powerful. So the first intention for us to create the unity was based on empowering ourselves, because we went on realizing that we have resources here, but we've not yet formed that unity to see how we can support ourselves to empower ourselves. The second basis or principle that we based on to form this unity was on spreading GPMS. Because at first I was speaking to everyone. I was speaking to everyone about GPMS and asking them to join and, telling them about GPMS. But here came an idea, and I said to myself, yes, I'm dealing with charity organizations, and I'm dealing with children and all that. And there is when you were speaking, brother, in your speech, and you were speaking about how many children die every day for starvation. Then I looked at the figure. There is when we spoke about different charity organizations, and you gave me a figure of organizations and orphanages that are in Uganda. And I remember that number. I just forgot the number when you gave me a figure of all children that are orphans in the entire world. And I said now to concentrate on the entire public population, no matter of the age, why can't I first go through these charity organizations that care for children? Then we have all these charity organizations register their children, and then we can focus on others. As others are also focusing on other age groups, why can't I go through this charity organization to form this unity? Then the other was to see that at least we have a uniform charity alliance that is a bit trusted, that is fully trusted, that even when we have a support that will come in, it will not give added time to those that would want to support. Of course, they would know where there is trustworthy, and they can give in their support. So those are the basis why we formed this charity alliance, where I managed to alliance for those principles and for those reasons as to why I had to engage into this activity of bringing all my brothers together. United, and we came together. We went on realizing the advantages of us coming together. The first advantage that we had now put ourselves in any other way. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, what I suggest when you're speaking, try not to move so much, because what occurs is then the feed tries to catch up with you, and then it begins to glitch. So what I have found, the less we move, the more stable the feed stays, if you will. So we're at the point, you formed this alliance of charities, and as we spoke about, so and one of the reasons was
Yeah.
to get this started for the new world to create the unity, but it was important to accreditate and validate the actual orphanages in Uganda. Um, and because one of the reasons for that, there was many dishonest ones and corrupt ones worldwide. There's scammers, and with Uganda, there was a lot of bad publicity, if you will, that's put out there worldwide. So, because of that, what it does, it makes the outside world a lot more reluctant to assist these children in orphanages in Uganda. So in Uganda, we have both. We have what we call genuine orphanages, but then we have the component of individuals that create a fake scenario to pillage money from unsuspected ones, saying they have orphanages. And this huge component of these corrupt ones and dishonest ones, what they do is they actually harm the genuine ones that really need support by limiting the funding to them. So, a problem with these dishonest scammers, if you will, just to keep it, right simple, is that they also endanger the lives of many other children, especially in Uganda, by, and I don't need to explain this. So, having said this, during the course of GPMS, accrediting and validating orphanages and charities within Uganda, but mostly the orphanages to bring it all together. What we do, where there is more than, just one of us, if you will, and we are higher consciousness, that any attempts at manipulation and deceit and by scammers, by ill ones with ill intent that try to benefit themselves. Well, there is a course of discovery and investigation to a degree that is done by us behind the scenes. And not to any great degree. It is not in the typical way that you would think an investigation goes. And one of the reasons is because Gpms.world is a divine instrument. And what it means is that any attempt for someone to manipulate or distort it, whether they be a genuine or whether they be a soul or not, what occurs, all truth is revealed because it cannot be part of this new, transparent, and honest world. So, what occurs on the abstract and supernatural and divine level, um, the truth comes to our attention and our awareness, what means through the course of events. We don't need to do what would be a typical in depth investigation. We observe neutrally, and everything is revealed with us, to us. And having said this, we understand worldwide that a lot of what you call scammers and corruption, the real cause of that is the worldwide current system that GPMS is going to replace. You have so many desolate ones and many that tried to take advantage of others. But in the new GPMS.world, everyone has more than enough. So corruption is eradicated. Um, Having said this, Brother Wanderer, you know, you're no stranger to the conflicts that we have had, and your journey at identifying and vetting um, the orphanages that have joined the alliance, doing part of your prudent divine work. You have run into at times what you shared with us, ones that weren't being fully honest. Now, also at the same time, because there are so many in Uganda, we have also, I have also um, had conversations with ones that said, "You are corrupt and that you are a liar, if you will, Wanderer." And what I do with this is that I do not judge, I remain neutral. However, what I need to say is that whatever occurs in Uganda for the individual or the groups, things cannot go forward with separation. And what I say with that, we need the transparency and the clarity with this so that we can take things forward with GPMS. So, what I wish to ask with this, Wanderer, and yes, I'm putting you right on the spot. Uh, what do you say about those that have made allegations towards you that is, let's say, testing your credibility? So, what do you have to say? Why would others, wish to attempt to discredit you? Your microphone, brothers. Put your microphone on.
Okay, so thank you so much, brother, for that beautiful question that you've just asked. And I'll address this not only to you, but I will address this to everyone, to Sister Beatrice and the entire public that will be able to view this meeting. First and foremost, I would love to say, as an individual, you cannot determine what someone should talk about you. It is very hard for someone for you to determine if someone is going to speak only good about you. So that is something that should be left to them. You know, even when you are good to what extent, still there are some people that would want, to say something about you, to disgrade you. And therefore, I personally, I may not have that, how can I say it, to keep it simple, that order to at least order someone to speak anything good or bad about me. That is a point to them, to speak whatever they want. But to me personally, to address such an issue, um, I have my own reasons as to why I would basically say there are few people that are speaking all different words about me to discredit my reputation and what I've put up to the ground. One, I should be honest with you and to everyone that whenever you are trying to call a spade, not everyone will like that. That is the first thing. Whenever you call a spade, not everyone would love that. And according to my research that I've at least attained and at least I've gained, I've identified that all these people that are trying to say out whatever they are saying, have ever all these people have been actually sent to me for verification, and we've always been having issues with them about their reputation, about their honesty, and about their allegations and whatever they say in the name of you know being leaders for different charity organizations that are not in existence. I would not want to mention anyone, but I'll be forced to mention a few people, especially those that are leading different groups, to see that they speak allegations and all different negative words towards my reputation.
I wish to
But to keep it
interrupt,
simple,
brother. I wish to interrupt. We're not asking you to mention any names, and it's better that no names are
yeah,
mentioned in this. But,
yes,
one thing I wish to ask you, uh, Are you a full, genuine, honest soul?
Definitely, I am.
Thank you, brother. Excellent. So, you know, with this, what we see like a kerfluffle, if you will, or disharmony there, but there was something that occurred that had one's passing, let's say, what might have been not fully informed allegations towards you. And this occurred with a recent funding that I did for approximately, for the people to know that's watching this. Um, Brother Wanderer and I had talked, and at that time there was about 75 orphanages that were all united with the alliance, and there was around 2,100 children was an estimate. So what we did is we we tested the field out in the public, you know, because Wanderer did quite a job at accrediting and verifying and validating a group of about 75 or 76 orphanages. So what we wanted to do was test that credibility with the outside world and see, you know, that I presented to the outside world that we have under GPMS these accredited 75 orphanages, and I requested $2,100 for to split up among the 2,100 children. And what occurred is that one thing that we did not do was calculate in the directors. Now, neither was it thought of by I, and neither was it asked of Brother Wanderer. So, what had occurred is then um, when the funds had arrived, we had mostly one sponsor that sponsored most of the 2,100. And when Brother Wanderer received the funds, there were some other unforeseen expenses that were involved in getting the funds to Brother Wanderer and getting the funds distributed. So, with this, also because of a miscalculation, which was not Wanderer's fault and it was not I, it just was not thought of at the time to include approximately two directors for every orphanage. So then what resulted is we were approximately 380 Canadian dollars short, but uh, the mistake was not uncovered until Brother Wanderer had most of the funds distributed and realized that there was not enough. So, with that, Brother Wanderer, may you just wish to fill in any details on that, what happened, because as a result, you were unable for a few orphanages to give them um, the share of the funds. So, what occurred with that? What did you tell the orphanages? Did you tell them that money was coming, that we were going to attempt, and that we had made a mistake? What occurred in this mistake? And what I'm publicly saying, this is not Wanderer's fault. It's not mine, if you will, but it's certainly not to be pinned on one. It was just something that occurred. But what's your story on that right now, if I may ask?
Okay, thank you so much. First, I will first address the issue regarding this shortage that we had. But to the charity organizations that never received the funds, we had about a few organizations that never received the funds. And when I try to put the comment, because I would share whatever we are speaking with you, I would directly get it and share with them. And the message that I sent you, I got it the way it is, and I sent the message to the alliance, and I informed them of what happened about the shortage that we had. Of course, there are a few people that actually could believe that, and there are others that would not believe that, and they were having allegations that we were given enough funds, because they never had this in figure, and they never did the right calculations to identify, because they were not the one that are doing the distribution. But I informed them, I was already informing them of what was happening, and I informed them about the shortage. We had a few that actually would believe, and others, especially those that were spearheading the allegation, could not believe. Yeah, but I want to bring it to the notes of the people and give them the accountability that I made. When I informed you, brother, I think I'd already distributed money about 80% when I realized that we had a shortage. And this is where the shortage came in. The total number of the children, when you try to calculate the number that I sent you, the total number of the children were 2,300 children. 2,300 children. That were the total number of the children that were on the paper sheet. And which is about 2,300 Canadian dollars, because this is how it was meant to be distributed, that each child should get $1 Canadian dollar. So with the figure of the children, according to accountability, we found out that the children are 2,300 children, which is more than the 2,100 Canadian dollars that were sent. Already we have a shortage of 200 Canadian dollars within that figure that I've sent you, if you can be able to record. And then when we get to each child, when we get to the additional money that were added, Brother Rick had suggested that each organization, because I was told, I informed him that each organization is at least having 2 directors. And he said that we should add 2 extra Canadian dollars for each director. There were 75 charity organizations. When you have the 2 Canadian dollars for each organization, and you add up the 75 times 2 for each organization, that is about 150 Canadian dollars. When you get the 200 Canadian dollars that were less, because at first I told you there were 2,300 children. Each children was meant to get $1 Canadian dollar, and we were sent 2,100 Canadian dollars, which is less by 200 Canadian dollars. So you add on the rest money that we have for each organization, which is $2 for each 2 directors of each organization. The 75 plus the other 75, because each organization was meant to be given 2 extra Canadian dollars, which totals up to 150 Canadian dollars. So when you get the 150 Canadian dollars, which was meant to be for directors, you add it to the 200 Canadian dollars that were less the number of the children. We have 350 Canadian dollars less the amount of money that was sent. That is put aside, 350 Canadian dollars less the money which was sent. Distribution. When we came to distribution, remember we are having different charity organizations that are coming from different locations, that if they are put in their transport and come to pick money from my location, it would cost them even the amount of money they would receive as their share. So I took up a decision, and I said I'm going to distribute this money on their own phones, that each organization will be given money on their own phones. So I started doing the distribution. And when you are distributing money to a charity organization, when you look at the local partners, which is Airtel and MTN, when you are sending money, they charge you $1 Canadian as charge for sending the money. So I distributed to about 68 charity organizations, which is 68 Canadian dollars. Get the 68 Canadian dollars, add that charge to the 350 Canadian dollars, which is a less. we are in about, let me give you the right total here. I want to give you, which is, we're having 350 less Canadian dollars plus the 68 Canadian dollars, which were charges. Each organization was charged $1 for sending as charge. So we are having a total of 418 Canadian dollars, which is less the amount of money that we were given. Then we come to the charges that I was charged when I was receiving money, which was sent from my mobile phone. They were 21 to 2,100 Canadian dollars. This money was sent in 3 times. The money was sent in 3 times. At first, they sent 900 Canadian dollars. The second time was it is 900 Canadian dollars, and last year they sent 300 Canadian dollars. And remember, my dear brothers and sisters, whenever you are withdrawing money from the line, you are being charged. I know most of you have ever gone to the banks or anywhere to receive money or to withdraw money. When you are withdrawing money, they charge you. They charge money. So at first, I was charged 30 Canadian dollars. 30 Canadian dollars at first. Now we had about 65 Canadian dollars as charge. 65 Canadian dollars as charge. At first, I was charged 30 Canadian dollars. The second charge was 25 Canadian dollars. 25 Canadian dollars. Then the last charge I was charged 5 Canadian dollars, which is 65. That was the charge. Now we are having 65 as the charge for withdrawing this money that was sent in 3 times. In 3 times. I'm getting the 65 Canadian dollars that was charged on my side when I'm withdrawing. I had it the less money that we are having. We last added when we are having 418.
Brother, yeah, if you can hear us, brother, we're just losing your mic there. Just stop for a moment, because again, what occurs when you're speaking, when you keep moving so much, after a while, it will lose you. So we'll just wait, and I'll recap until you get your mic back. So essentially, what occurred again is what Wandera is explaining is how the shortfall occurred. So he was giving numbers. I have numbers as well, and screenshots or files, if you will, where that was counted, and we saw what occurred. Um, One thing I need to ask Brother Wanderer when he comes back, one new thing that I didn't know of, if I understood him correctly, I thought he was saying that when he withdrawed the money, that he had to pay a fee, a withdrawal fee there. So we need to get some clarity on that because, to my understanding, I thought that, well, I just didn't think there was any withdrawal fees, but perhaps we can get some clarity on that. And anyone watching this in the future, if they have more information, of course, they can share as well about that. And we also have, so it's our understanding that Brother Wanderer give this money to 68 orphanages. So what this means is that there is 68, no, there's 136 other directors out there which are witnesses for this money being received, plus all of the children of those 68 orphanages, which I think we could take 30. So there's perhaps, with the children that know that they got the money, there's perhaps 1,500 witnesses out there that had received the funds. So this is important to note as well. So we'll wait for Brother Wanderer to come back in, and I have a couple more just important questions, and then we'll finish this up. So this is a public statement to clear the field and give Brother Wanderer, the opportunity to share his story because of allegations that were directed towards him. And in all fairness, everyone has their full right to defend themselves if they wish. And it's also at times where ones have the choice. If they don't wish to defend themselves, if they're accused of something they didn't do, then you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to prove yourself, if you will. But in this case, for keeping things transparent, that's why I decided to do this, and Sister Beatrice, again, to host this and give this opportunity to have this recorded. Now, it's not GPMS's responsibility, and neither is it mine. So, with what's occurring, Beatrice and have voluntarily taken our time to get a part of the story, and all involved there in Uganda can put this together and decide it themselves. We do not have time to be judge and jury. We're not doing that. This is a sort of a mediation at putting um, each one's story out there so that it can be done.
Yes, so he tried to come back, and just I would like to add that I will insert on the video the Q&A GPMS Telegram account, question and answer, because already we started to be involved in so many accounts, and no, it's too much. And GPMS is also growing, and we added accounts, and it will be very, very hard to follow every group where they open other accounts and to answer directly on their accounts. So the Q&A GPMS Telegram account will be shared on this video. Yes, thank you. Yes, Wandera.
Thank you, Beatrice. Brother Wander, I explained pretty much, what we were saying. So what I did say while you were gone is that, you had given the money to perhaps 68 orphanages. So that meant 2 directors for each orphanage. So that means that there is 136 directors are witnesses that they received the money from you. But not only that, perhaps 1,500 children are also witnesses because they enjoyed that as well. So I just wanted to make that important point to validate what you were saying. Now, Brother Wonder, and thank you so much. And I only have about two more questions. My next question is, how do you normally survive there? What is given if one's look online, they will look at Uganda, perhaps that the government provides for orphans. It's also written in your constitution to ensure the sustenance and well-being of the children. However, we're finding that's not the case, where orphanages in Uganda have to reach out to the rest of the world for some donations to feed the children and keep them going. But my question is, uh, where does your revenue come from to feed the children that you do at your orphanage? Where does this money come from? How do you live and how do you survive?
All right, thank you as well, brother, for that beautiful question. But one, I want to clarify something on what you just said. You've talked about that the status shows that Uganda provides for orphanages. If I may have heard well, you say that Uganda provides for orphans and other child organizations. My brother, there's something I would want to put to the hair. I'd put to hair for people to understand that the way people portray things out there is not the thing. It is not the way things are in real life here. Like, however, the government would put out there to the public for you people to know that it is catering for the orphans. It is not the case. It is not the case. I should assure you that, because I'm on ground, and I would not stand ask for donations. Why would I have to do that when I'm provided donations here? So that would be a lie to a certain extent. That as the government would want to figure out and put out a different picture out there. Yet in reality, we are having things different here. There are children sleeping on the streets everywhere. Even when we would organize one day and organize a video call, and I move on the streets, you will see children sleeping everywhere. But the government can provide that, but it does not instead cater for these children. Otherwise, it caters for those that are instead having. So that is a lie to a certain extent. The government does not support these orphanages. That is out. However, still, there are some organizations that are being supported, but these are organizations which are made by the people that are already in governments as a route to scam and get money as revenue, which is paid. So instead, they look for just ways to see how they can get money from the government, as they are in a form that they are formed organizations. But these are the real people that are in the government, but because there would be question of how this money is being accounted for, so they try to register organizations that are catering for children, catering for elderly, but yet these organizations are just routes to scam money from the government by the very people that are running the government. So that is a lie to a certain extent that the government is catering for the orphans. However, I will get to the question that you just asked. How do we survive? Personally, I will speak about me personally. I survive on very many bases. And the first basis is the one that I've informed you, that our children that we are having in the organization are not all total orphans. We are having those children that are at least having their mothers still alive. So the first way of us surviving, these mothers bring some food in the organization or on the organization site. So we receive food from these mothers as support if they happen to get. So they bring the small they have, they bring that because they know their kids are here with us at the home. So that is the first way we get food to survive on. The second way, we get food is we receive donations from kind people. People that realize what we are doing is gain, what we are doing is trustworthy, what we are doing is true. So they choose to support us by sending funds for us to get food. So we receive donations from different people out there. So they send us money, and that is the money that we use to buy food. The other second way of us surviving, apparently, we are having a hen project. This hen project that we put up, those that may have seen on when I'm posting, we are having hens. These are hens that are actually giving us eggs, which eggs we are selling at least to get some profit. This is the profit we are using to buy food. That is the third way of us surviving here. But from day one, because the organization has not been having a business, we recently just got a hen project, but we've been basically surviving on donations from kind people, especially you people that have been supporting us. We're having the GPMS team that once sent us a very big donation. That was, I'm forgetting the sister, but it's from China, sides of China. That sister who sent donations, it was a group from their different GPMS souls that have always been stepping in whenever there is luck. We've not been creating this luck, the luck has been there. And we've always been looking for possible ways to be self-sufficient. And now that we have already been given a hen project and we are trying to survive. So those are the three there are three best ways of how we've been surviving. The food that we get from these single mothers, the donations that we receive from kind souls out there in Uganda and out there in West. And as well, apparently the end project that is giving us support. So those are the three basic ways on how we've been getting support and how we are getting support to see that we are now surviving. And other kind of people, for example, churches. There are some churches that see what we are doing is gaining and they support us. You receive donations, you receive food. The others bring physical food. Organizations that bring physical food. So that is how we are surviving, us on my side. The rest, I cannot tell.
So, if I may, then what you're saying is that you're 100% dependent upon donations. So there is no other source of revenue that you receive from the government, or you don't do any other type of work. So is it 100% coming from the donations? Just a yes or no will do on that.
No, no, it is not a 100%.
No,
No,
where
not
does the other
100% that we are
revenue
benefiting
come
on
from?
the revenue, as I said before, it comes from the end project that we are having.
All right, but what I'm asking, besides the hen project that you currently have going, and besides the donations, are there any other source of revenue that you and your orphanage has? Is there any government subsidies? Do you work at another, do you have a
No,
job
definitely.
that you work at?
Yes. The first thing is no. We don't receive any revenue from the government. We don't receive any funds from the government. And to my side, I had a business. I was working. I was selling bags. There is a moment when we had floods, and the garden that we used to have, because we used as well. There's something I didn't mention earlier, that we used to grow our own food before things worsened. When COVID chipped in, we would as well get some food from our own garden. We were just renting the land as well. So when we got an emergency where we had no money to pay for rent, and remember we are paying our own rent where we stay, and paying for a place where we grow our own food. So we had to sacrifice of the two things before we got the end project. So we had to sacrifice to pay for the garden where we grow crops. So we had to sacrifice one. We sacrificed the garden, and we had to pay for rent where we stay. So from then we turned it to depending on donations from our.
All right. Thank you,
I
brother.
hope I've answered you.
One more question, and then I need to go as well. Currently, at the chicken farm, are there any chickens there now at the chicken farm?
Yeah.
How many fowl do you
Yes,
have?
they are there.
They're there now, the chickens.
How many?
Yes, how many?
The chicken. Come again?
Yeah, how many chickens are at your chicken farm
Oh,
as we
okay.
speak?
Apparently,
How many?
as we speak, apparently, we recently did accountability. We're having 320 ends. 320 ends. Out of the 320 ends, our books in the registration, we have those the cock ones, like the male. I would say that the male ends. So they are we're having 101. 101. Those the cock, and then the ends are those that lay eggs. We're having those. That is the other number that we are having. But for the cock, we're having 101.
Mm-hmm.
So in total, we're
Yeah.
having 320 ends. And
All
as
right.
well, I want, yeah, sorry, I want to pass this also quickly. I know it may not be part of this, but I'm as well inviting people publicly when we are opening. When we are opening our new home, we are going to do live video, and we shall be able to see everything. We shall be able to see the eggs our ends lay. We shall be able to see the ends, the new home, everything will be seen. So I'm putting up an open invitation. Recently, I'll be putting up the date when we are opening the new home, and I'm inviting everyone to see physically because it is going to be live for everyone to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent, brother. Yeah, I'd love to see that as well. So, in closing, I thought there was one more thing I was going to ask,
Yeah.
but I don't think. Is there anything you would like to say, Sister Beatrice, or anything you would like to add, Brother Wanderer?
Yeah, it is amazing that the chickens are so many. We hope we understand everything now, but we hope that in the future the people will be not eating the meat. In general, will be more directed towards the vegetables and some fruits that can grow also on vertical agriculture. And we may develop that also everywhere, that the food will be in abundance everywhere. So this may be also a beautiful project too. I'm not saying to let the chicken down right now, you understand me, but I would like also for Uganda to see also, like greenhousing about vegetables and more people directly towards that. That practically the chicken will be, I'm not saying pet, but will be almost so loved and understood, and just probably the eggs used. Yeah, so I hope that our dream become true quickly, and there will be no people in the world that will do not have food, and everything start from seeds. So it's like this will be an amazing project for Uganda. The organic seeds to be shared to everyone, and to start to pop out how much we can on the vertical. And when we are in the possibility to bring also the buildings, and electricity there, but how much we can around the housing, and so more vegetable also for the children. And yeah, so the frequency needs to enter as medical for everyone to heal. So personally, on what I would like also to see for Uganda, because there are also already 3 or 4 groups, already in Uganda, that started. And they already collect the consents, you know, just the consents to come of so many, because in the United States, Canada, Australia, even that we put a lot of effort, we cannot see at this time so many consents coming. So the people are very nice. I'm speaking with a lot that they understand, but when the time comes for the consent is not really there. So I hope that maybe we may start more from Africa, then the North America we'll see, or, you know, Philippines right now is rising. So yeah, so it's not much to say. And from 320 hands, I believe that you have a lot of eggs. Yeah, and this is amazing.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Beatrice. That is very beautiful. And yes, go ahead, brother.
Oh, thank you. I do have. So we're at this now moment, and so I see you're very happy that for you and the children now you have a place secured. So I feel this
Yeah.
is going to free up more of your time. Are you going to be spending any of that time with gathering more organizations and getting more consents for Gpms.world? So does any of your future from right now include what you were doing before and continue to build on that with Gpms.world? What is your intentions? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Definitely, brother. The reason for my happiness, as I shared with you, I remember recently when I shared with you that I'm having a few challenges that are trying to occupy my time. That at least sometimes I'm not giving this full time to my mission of spreading GPMS all over the world. And I remember sharing with you that I'm having a few things that I'm trying to complete to see that I put my home, my organization, my children in a right place, in a right position. Then I can fully divert myself to the right mission that we are all looking at. Because me personally, having at least having a place I call a home for these children, and a place children call a home, cannot be a solution for everyone. And personally, I'm looking at a solution for everyone out there. Yes, I may have been blessed and I have a place to call a home, but does not guarantee me to be very comfortable and to be in a comfortable zone. Yet there are people out there that are suffering. So, in simple terms, this is something that has just at least reduced or has given me a chance to reduce something that has been taking my time and stress, and now has helped me to free myself to divert all my attention and all my activities towards a solution that will help the entire world and more other organizations that we are working with. So my mission one, having at least received a place calling a home, we call a home, is that it's going to give me free space. It is going to give me time so that I can get back to my first state that I was in. That now all I know is GPMS. All I know is working together with people. All I know is spreading about this mission, the divine law, the divine purpose that we are all pushing, because it is the only solution for everyone. I mean, me having a home for the children cannot actually provide a home for another organization that does not have. So I have to bring a solution on the table that will work out for everyone. So definitely, that is a definite answer, a true answer. That having reduced my stress and all this, I'm diverting all my attention and activity to spreading the new word, which is GPMS definitely.
Excellent. So you're going to be having meetings and
Yeah.
with others for Gpms.world, and yeah, taking
Yes.
everything forward so we get this done for the world as soon as possible, and of
Yes.
course all of the children. Yeah.
All right. Yes, definitely. And recently, when you try to ask Sister Beatrice, I recently sent her a message and I was asking that please don't let me miss any GPMS meeting. She is here, she can witness. I sent her a message and I told her that.
Yeah, so
For
he's
any GPMS meeting, please drop me.
no,
Yes.
it's frozen, or the mic is not working. Yeah.
It's working now. Yes.
Okay. So I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I was saying that recently I shared a message with Sister Beatrice, and I was asking her that you please don't let me miss any GPMS meeting. For any link that comes on your table, please forward it to me so I can be aware. The good thing she's here, she can be able to witness that message. That is a message that shows that at least I'm reducing things that have been taking my space, and I want to get back to my mission for bringing people on the table.
Yeah, no wonder. Sometimes there are groups that are coming, and they may have also question answer. We do not know. It's the first meeting or something like. Then practically we are able to answer and to see more what is happening, and then they will be added to GPMS. Or if they still do not want to be added, then they do not come at the time. So it's practically do not spend the time. So for example, I will give you an example. We have somebody on BC that he is representative of Canada, and he appeared in a meeting, and I had no idea, nothing about him. So it was Lee and Rick that bring him, and I just say thank you. I sent him a message like, oh brother, we need to be 8,000 in Canada to bring up GPMS as quickly as possible. So my interest is not if Rick or Lee select a representative, or I have to be there. And I have a message for Uganda in general, because right now I see also the word ambassador to you, also to Kisitu. He is also ambassador of Uganda or something like. So first of all, Uganda, it is a corporation that we do not need to be ambassador of Uganda, because we are not ambassador of the actual system of the corporation. So this is not aligned with GPMS. After that, when we are saying I am president, I am CEO, I am somebody, at this time we have the pyramid system that we allow all the souls to believe that they need to come under us. This is absolutely not the case. So we destroy that. And if we destroy this kind of stuff, personally, I do not feel good if somebody will come tomorrow to tell me, oh, Beatrice, ambassador of, I don't know. No, I'm not. So
I'm sorry, just a moment, sister.
I am freedom advocate. Yeah, just a little bit to bring the message forward. I am freedom advocate. So I for peace and to bring abundance in the world, and to put down this pyramid scheme, because it's about fraud, and to bring the people and to empower the people. This is the reason that I joined GPMS, because I knew this before about universal laws and everything. So how can I say, I know this is the solution? So it's like to be a little bit, to pay more attention to how we lead the people, because the leadership is in knowledge, it is in help, it is in organization, it is in everything that we can bring for people. It is not creating the impression that they are under us. So we in Canada, in Romania, or whatever in the world, everyone is free to reach GPMS and to come in a meeting. If I am host, I am only the one that I use a computer and record. This is all about. Then I keep the discussion to flow in general, do not have problems inside. But I have even the temptation. Oh, Rick, I was not in a Romania meeting when you spoke with somebody, or no. because the area, it's not about me, Rick, or somebody. Uganda, it's an open area that the name will be very different, that everybody can join everybody else, and the group forms that they follow the energy of the group and how long time they feel that they are good on that group. But the people, they have names, and when they come in GPMS, they come as representative, and we are eagle. So it's Rick and Lee, especially that they are keeping everything like true guardians for GPMS to move forward, because GPMS, it is about no political structure, and we have a lot in the world. It is about no artificial laws, and we have only artificial laws that put us down. It is about no borders, and we have a lot of borders. So it is about all this kind of stuff. So we need, so practically I am not able alone, or, you know, I prefer when I focus more on sharing the message about GPMS and bringing consent and everything, if this work in protection of GPMS, it's done by Rick, it's just better. So I'm not there to ask him, no, you know, take accountability. I was not invited in a TEL meeting. So it's asking why I'm not there. No, so please do not do that, because yes, I can explain you, but it's coming a little bit against this pyramid structure, and the people do not believe that are under, that practically, you know. And I will tell you something, in Uganda will be 10,000 GPMS representative, you know, in Canada will be 8,000. How you or me, we can manage this 1,000? It's impossible. Some of them, they can be even, you know, in 8th dimension, or, you know, above the dimension that we have right now. It's not about to manage them. It's not about to do these kind of things. So they are coming and we join forces. It's extremely different. So the management, the leadership, it's extremely different. And this is all about, where I will have also, will be not a GPMS Uganda meeting, recognized as GPMS, but it is a meeting that it's practically leading to the way that the people may be on that group to be aligned with GPMS as much as possible. And I will bring this issue also on that group, because everywhere where I see in Uganda, it is the same understanding that somebody can tell them everything about Uganda or about the place or about the, and this is practically the competition. And this is coming part of the discussion that we started to see. So, you know, eliminating the discussion is practically eliminating the competition. When we eliminate the competition, there will be not, I saw something on Uganda land, I saw only 5 chicken, not 300. You know, this will do not come anymore, because they are not interested. They will start finally to focus. When we bring collaboration, the focus, it's there to collaborate enough to get out through the barrier of the actual system and make something on the place for GPMS. So this is the reason it is too much, how can I say, like a structure on the leadership. And this is practically bringing the people a little bit on competition, to be like the other one or to be above or something like. The discussion start, and there we cannot obtain the collaboration. So this is extremely important. So for me, it's not about the question, Rick, about the one from the BC. I just took him, you know, my brother, and I do not know what is doing with Zoom. So, and everybody that is coming forward, if I have something to say, if I know something that somebody did against me, then I share with Rick and I let him know. Because this may come bigger and bigger, but this is something very, very different. But it's not the way, because everybody can reach GPMS, everybody can speak directly with Rick and others in GPMS. And regarding the funds and regarding the donation, I do understand everything that is happening in Uganda. Unfortunately, the people that are coming on GPMS, they cannot cover by the end all the orphanages in the world. This will be impossible for us to donate on this way, especially from, you know, when we try to put our time bringing GPMS forward. So we are done from freedom advocates and we have not money, many of us. And when the people believe that they can come for sure asking money for food, we understand that. But at the same time, if you start to receive 10 calls about donation and you cannot donate, how it is your day? So there is a statement that will be also being forward for this Zoom. This is everything that I would like to say, nothing else for Uganda. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Beatrice. You've honestly pointed out very beautiful words there. They are very beautiful words, and these were going to be my last words that I was going to say, but good enough we've shared the mindset on how to react to the situation that is, going around, especially in Uganda. And this will be my last words regarding this, and I want this to be taken seriously. And I want to address this to everyone, especially those that are in Uganda. And I just want to eat or add something on what Sister Beatrice has said. There are people that are bringing what we are fighting. Why have I used that statement? There is something that people are fighting for, which is not necessary. Like, for example, I'll give an example with Uganda. That there are some people who are fighting for a title, just ambassador. We are fighting hard that we eliminate this sort of leadership and we create what we call self-rule. But there are others that are actually fighting to bring the same thing that we are eliminating. I just want to bring this to your notice, Sister Beatrice and Brother Rick and the entire public. That, my dear, there are people that are fighting for just a title to be called their ambassadors, which is not right. And now they are bringing what we call a competition on the table. We are, as Gpms.world, we are trying to fight this competition, and there are some people out there that are bringing the competition aspect in what we are fighting. This is something which is good to all people out there, that it is not good to initiate people. What we are trying to bring on the table is called self-rule. And now there are people who are bringing such titles. Yes, it would be good, but we are trying to fight hard that we make every soul a leader, every soul to be a leader. Now, if someone, I come up there, as what Sister said, and I call myself a leader over you, there is something I'm going to bring to your level. I'm going to let you understand that you should not be ahead of me, that you should not also take yourself to be a leader. You should not take yourself to be powerful. So in this aspect, some people who are fighting for such positions to be called leaders, there is something that they are going to bring back, and this is something that we are eliminating. They are going to let others, be down with them. And for us as GPMSOs, to me personally, I believe that we are trying to bring up everyone. We are trying to raise the consciousness of every soul. We are trying to make everyone a leader. So this is a message to them that we don't have leaders. We are not. I call myself ambassador. You have a right, because we are chasing what we call. We are bringing what we call choice. Call yourself a leader. Call yourself ambassador. This is an open mission that we are making. So I don't want to encourage, and I'm discouraging this to people out there that are trying to call themselves leaders. No, please. We are going to disgrade others. So that is why in my statement, when I was sharing with Rick, I was saying that there is a big challenge which we are doing, that we are going to let others think that we are very, like we are powerful, like we are their leaders and they are down us. Yet for us, we are fighting to see that we raise their consciousness, we make everyone leader. And I told him in my statement that my mission is to assist those raise their consciousness and make them leaders. So this is a request to everyone out there, especially those who are in Uganda. Please don't fight for positions. We are chasing something which is entirely beneficial for everyone. One, we are making everyone a leader. we are bringing what we call self-rule on the table. We are eliminating what others have been using, a system that others have been using, a few people to lead the entire population. So let's avoid that, please, to people out there, especially those who are in Uganda. Don't fight for positions. Don't fight for you to be called ambassadors. What you do all what you do, and then people will call you ambassador. We are always determined by what we do. There is a saying which says that they shall be seen by their deeds. So you don't just be called ambassador. Let others call you. Do what is right, and others will call you. So this is a message to everyone out there to know that let's not try to initiate leadership thing, and let's try to empower others for everyone to be a leader. We are all on the same level, but it is just a matter of consciousness.
Yeah, when
So
others call you, you can come public and to say, I'm not what you are calling me, and you can share GPMS, the first paragraph decree, where we are all equal, and you are there to help them. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that is what I wanted to pass to the people out there. And I'm seeing, brother, do you have something to add before I go to my next point?
No, all I wish to say, brother, and we're soon going to end this, but you do have one more point. What I wish to say, all brothers and sisters come together in Uganda, and what I will say for the shortfall that occurred for the orphanages, that I anticipate that we can have enough to just fulfill what we attempted to do there, but I cannot guarantee it yet. So I wish to say that, and in the future, I do not anticipate any more attempts at fundraising in that way. So I wish to make this clear. Uh, oh, and brother, you have one more thing to say, and what I'll say is love and light and gratitude, but I will stay here and listen to that, and we'll end the meeting when you're finished. Thank you.
All right. All right, thank you so much, brother. Then my other thing that I wanted to address is the groups that different people are creating. We're having now different groups that we are having. We're having this group, and all these groups are centered in the same location. In Uganda, we're having about now 4 groups, about 3 groups, which is something that is good. And this is what I've always been wanting, because when I see people creating different groups, I feel proud that at least I've pushed something and others are picking up. But now here is the issue. We are creating these groups on what basis? Are we creating these groups on lies? Are we creating these groups to mislead people? Are we creating these groups with a mission to disgrade others? So creating a group and creating other than bringing others together, it is good, and I want to appreciate whoever has been creating a group. But the question is, on what basis are you building your group? Are you building your group on the basis of what we are pushing? Are you building your group or forming a group on basis of spreading GPMS? Or you are creating a group on the basis of creating hatred? Or creating a group on degrading others? So this is a question that will go to whoever is creating a group. I'm very grateful that you people are creating groups, which is something beautiful. And this is what I've been always wanting, because it makes me feel proud. I've created one and others are creating. So it will help us to spread GPMS, and GPMS will come to implementation as fast as we think. But this as well gets back to you, to these people that are creating groups. Let us create groups on good basis. Let us create groups with the aim of what we are creating them for. If we are creating groups to spread GPMS, let that be the mission. Let us not create groups and we initiate hatred into our people that we are misleading. So this is a message to people out there that I appreciate what you are doing, the groups you are creating, but create the groups on good basis. If it is spreading GPMs, let it be spreading GPMs. If you are uniting, let it be uniting. Let us not use this opportunity that we've created groups and initiate long information into the heads of those that are in the groups to disgrade others. So this is very bad, and this is very long to whoever is planning and whoever has already created groups and whoever is creating groups. So this is a mission this is a word that I wanted to extend to whoever is doing that. Let us create groups on good basis. Let us spread GPMs. I'm very grateful that all groups are created. It is what I've always been wanting. But let us not create groups on basis of creating lies, initiating people, misleading people. Let us stick on our good mission, which is GPMs, is what I'm asking of you. Then my last point, it would be on finance. My last point will be on finance. There are people out there that are getting into groups with the aims of finance. Let us come to these groups. Let us all come with the aims of. Let us come with the passion of what we are pushing. When you come with your own intentions that you want money, you are going to destroy what we are pushing. You are going to make others think, and you're going to encourage others come in the group, because what you've done, you have portrayed that your mission is obtaining funds, which is wrong. Let getting funds be a side mission, that if in case by chance you are receiving funds, but let those that are creating groups not portray that this group is basically for finance, because we are now going to lose track. So I'm encouraging those that are leading different groups, please let the mission of spreading GPMS be fast. But for issues of finance, let them come later. Let it be a by the way, but you should not always portray it to be fast. And this is the mistake I've been seeing others that are doing. You know, they are moving groups on that basis, that there is money here, which is a wrong thing. You recently tweeted or texted a post, Brother Eric, which was talking about that a GPMS is not a financial track. So let us not use GPMS as a financial track or mission. So I want to boost this post that you put to people out there. Let us focus on that boost. Let us not misguide people that GPMS is a financial institute. So we are going to lose track, and we are going to end up misleading track. It is very unfortunate that the funds that were sent has caused a lot of division. And I'm sorry to say this, but if I did not started distributing this money, I was going to send back the money back to you, Brother Rick. And this is my word. If I did not started distributing this money, honestly, I was going to send back the money to you as I sent the money back to Brother Troll. You may consult. Because I've identified this, the funds caused a lot of issues, caused a lot of division, caused a lot of reasons. It is the first mission of what is going on in the entire world. Because one, we thought it would be a good thing as a gift, maybe to share with our brothers. But instead, we tested, and now it has now caused division. It has led people think that now GPMS is a financial institute. So this is a word to everyone out there. Please let us not misguide our people. GPMS is not a financial institute. Let us not lead the groups we are leading with portraying that it is a financial institute. It is a mission and a request to everyone out there that we are going to mislead people. Sometimes we don't get words to speak. We don't get chance to speak out these words to others. But whenever we always get chance, we want to always guide you, because for us, we were not always like this. We also went through certain stages of our consciousness when we've been always helped by different brothers here, like Brother Rick, Brother Praman, Sister Beatrice. We went on raising our consciousness. But whenever you enter this thing with passion, everything always come around. Even the funds that you are looking for, you'll find out that when you don't put the financial issue first, there are people that will come and see that yes, you've been always doing good work, and they support you with nowhere. So that is how I've always been getting my support. People have always been seeing what I do, and they say, look, at least let me come in to support you because you've been passionate at what we are pushing. So that is the thing that I wanted as well to extend. And then my last word is about misleading. My dear brothers and sisters out there, especially those that are spreading allegations about my reputation, I don't have anything to say to you, and I don't have any bad words to extend to you. But what I just want to extend to you out there that are trying to spread allegations about my reputation, about my organization, and things out there. Yes, if there is something that I may have done wrong, which I don't remember, and of course I don't think, but because sometimes I always call a spade a spade. If you are doing something wrong, I say what you are doing is wrong. So I believe that is the first reason why most people that actually don't like me. Because I already say what you are doing is wrong and this is wrong. So I want to apologize for me saying that what you are doing is wrong when it's wrong. My apologies, but let's not mislead people. We are losing track. People out there, especially those in Uganda, please, we are losing track. Let's focus. And those that are misleading, please, let us all resonate. Let us first think. I've received this information from someone, and I loved your introduction, Brother Rick. I'm sorry, I loved your introduction very well. When you said, when you receive information from people, you don't just judge. Hear the other part of this one, collect information, and then let us not be sheep that when you are telling you, when they tell you this, just go with that. No, we are going to end up crashing. We are going to end up crashing. I love everyone in Uganda. I love my neighbors and I love leaders. I love groups. I love what you are doing. We have a mission to push. So let us not bring other missions into our major mission. We are going to spoil this, and yet we are started on a good mission. So that is what I can say to the rest out there. We are out of time, but I would want to speak a lot because I have a lot of information to extend to people out there. But all I can ask of you, let us get back to the right track. My dear brothers and sisters, Ugandan brothers and sisters, and all those that may be able to listen to this, let us get back to the right track. We know what is good and we know what is wrong. We know the mission of GPMS. Those that never read the mission of GPMS, I still request of you. We have enough information for you to read and understand what we are pushing. We gave it time and understood what we are pushing. Please, it does not need much time. It is very easy. Let's anyone not mislead you. Get back on the right track and push this because it is the only solution for everyone. Even when I may have got a place called a home, it cannot provide a home for another person. So I need to get back to the mission here that I'm being called for. So these are my last words. We are running out of time, but I want to extend this. Much love, light, and gratitude to everyone, to you, Sister Beatrice, and to Brother Rick, and to my all dear Ugandan brothers. Let's get back together. We know what is good. We know what we are pushing. GPMS is a divine law, is a divine plan. It is guided. So let's all resonate with it and let's all think in a proper way. You increase your consciousness. Don't allow anyone to control it. So these are my last words. And to people out there, if funds happen to be gotten, please, you'll receive. Let's not put that forward. We have a good mission, which is GPMS. And I love you all. Be blessed. And I love you all, my dear brothers and sisters.
Yeah, so thank you so much for everyone that will see this meeting and can share that. Thank you so much. Also, the first decree of Gpms.world will be attached, that we are eagle and we move forward to bring the decree in the world, implementation of universal natural law, do no harm. This is a very, very, very solid point of view, and also regarding the donation, because unfortunately we are not so rich to help billions of children in the world. But if we unite, and if this system Gpms.org starts as soon as possible, then all of us will have everything that we need. Thank you so much to everyone, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. I love light and gratitude, brother. I love you all.